Okay, I think I was talking about just on the concept of in 2000, I think late 2012, 2013, I was in a hotel, I think the Bohemian in Orlando, just closing the Gary's seafood transaction, and I came up with this concept of an iron leader. An iron leader is somebody that is an endurance athlete that is also a leader in business and is fueled through the aspect of having a having a life of health and fitness. So that kind of went to the wayside. At one point I thought about writing a book. I started talking to people about writing a book. I had a number of people like Greg and Sean Welch and Dave Shula and Scott Rigsby and Casey and George Darden and some other folks that were going to be in the book. And then I got sick, really, really sick. Many of you know my story. If not, you can read the book, Endurance Leaders, and chapter 26, and you can hear more about my story. But for now, that book is yet to be written. That chapter is still being developed. So the book, I started meeting people this past year after I got healthy. Went to races, got the chance to go to Kona, and met Casey Camel and Aaron Burby and Loic Lapise. And Ernie Fisco at Lake Tahoe, Ironman Lake Tahoe, and Chance Encounters. I met Wes Rushing at the Augusta Half Ironman. I met Cedric King and Eddie Litchik at the Boston Marathon. And one person after the other. I met Larry Klobchik at the Virginia Beach Half Marathon, my first finish line after being sick. And I decided, you know what, I started talking to people and said, you know what, maybe Iron Leader isn't the right word. Maybe the book needs to include more than just triathletes. If we really want to inspire people, we should expand the book, and we should include the running community and the cycling community. So then I met JC, a single leg amputee who worked for Ride to Recovery, an Army guy who got, I think he stepped on an IED and lost a leg as a result of that below the knee. And he's done Leadville 103 times. Leadville 100 bike race 3 times. Incredible. And so before I knew it, I met more people than I could have in the book. I met over 26 people. And I began to realize that if you open up and you talk to people that you've never met before, you just say hello and smile and say, where are you from? What do you work? What type of business are you in? Why do you do triathlons? Why do you do marathons? How long have you been doing marathons? How many marathons have you done? How many Ironmans have you done? How'd you get into the sport? Just any old question. All of a sudden you open up a relationship. And I was amazed I was like, whoa, there must be a divine intervention. I keep meeting all these people that I'm supposed to meet. How am I in the right place at the right time always? And I started realizing that maybe it's that everybody in this world has some connection point. That if you open your heart and you open your soul and you open your mind and you engage and you're present with the person that you're with, which costs nothing. You don't have to have a Rolex watch. You don't have to drive a BMW. Nobody is even thinking about that when you say hello. Nobody cares. All they care about is what you're about to say and about who you are and truly interested in who you are. So I was talking to my brother, and I was thinking about, I was really all hot and heavy about writing this book and taking the time to have this period of my life where maybe I wasn't going to work for 6 months or so as I continued to recover, and as my company sold and decided not to go back and I decided to do something different and plan my next venture, leadership venture. And so I was really excited about the chance of traveling the world and talking to people and meeting. I met this young couple from Finland, and I was going to go there, and I met some people from London, and I was just going to travel the world and have that experience and meet people and write this incredible book and have it be a New York Times bestseller. And so a couple months ago, I was at breakfast with my brother Jake, who is brilliant and incredible strategic thinker, and he's like, Laura, do you really want to have a book? Why don't you do it online? Why don't you do an online book? Everything is about online collaboration and scalability, and you'll reach more people and you'll inspire more people. And I don't know where the book and then I thought, well, maybe I'll launch the book and then launch the website. And then I went to breakfast with Austin Butters, and before we knew it, it was, why don't you launch the website before the book? And then before we knew it, it was not just a website with the book, it was a relationship networking website. So here you go. It's January 1st. By the way, I'm starting to get freezing. I'm going to have to put my jacket on. January 1st, 2015. And Endurance Leaders is not only a book, it's not only a nonprofit foundation, it's not only a company for profit, with 26.2% of the profits going into the foundation to provide funding to organizations that support the prevention and recovery of mental illness for children, teens, military, both wounded warrior and active military suffering from mental illness like depression, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, post-traumatic stress disorder, even kids with ADHD that typically comes with all types of challenges in terms of mental illness and depression and anxiety and social anxiety, and those stricken from this terrible disease of mental illness. So this organization is an organization with a heart. It's an organization with humility. It's an organization of engaging people. It's an organization of accountability, of following through on what you say you're going to do. It's an organization of relationships. It's an organization of transforming yourself, of transformation, of transforming people, transforming lives. It's an organization with a heart, humility, engaging, accountability, relationships, and transform. But what it is simply is Endurance Leaders build power relationships, PRs. We're in the PR business. We're in the power relationship business. We open gateways for you to get fit, for you to enhance your career, and for you to give back to others. So if you want to be part of an incredible organization, you want to be part of the startup of this incredible movement, this movement that is going to develop power relationships across the world, think of the possibilities of people coming together and developing new companies, developing new friendships, going off and doing races together, adventuring together, journeying their lives together, opening doors for each other, new careers, new possibilities in every sense of the word. And I'm sure there'll be marriages, and I'm sure there'll be relationships, and I'm sure there'll be all kinds of big brothers and big sisters and family, people that you feel like are family around the world, people you can stay with when you go to, all of a sudden, now you can go to Hong Kong and do the Hong Kong Marathon because you thought you could never go there, but you've got someone to stay with. Or you've always dreamed of doing an ultra bike race and you never knew how to get into RAM, but you met somebody and you can talk to someone about it, and all of a sudden it becomes a possibility. Or you want to do some crazy thing like 7 continents, 7 marathons in 7 days, like I'm doing in just February. So we are Endurance Leaders. We build power relationships. And the cool thing about this is everyone is going to be part of this. We are going to create a PRSOP, a power relationship stock ownership plan. This is going to be ours. Everybody's going to be a part of it. Everybody's going to own it. Because when you own something, when you have a piece of it, it means something to you. We're going to build a family across the world that's going to do great things, and amazing things come from just that hello, just that smile, just that how are you, have a nice day. Where are you from? And why do you think athletics is so fun? And why are you such a crazy endurance athlete? So, I'm Laura Barnard, and this is vlogging from January 1st, 2015 by the Chattahoochee River. Step 1, Chapter 1, Day 1 of the building of EnduranceLeaders.com. We build PRs. What PR, power relationship, do you want to begin today? Take that first step. That's the hardest one.